Kumusta tayo mga kaibigan? Ito po si Nico Fabian. Nandito na naman po sa programa natin Nick Talk, The Real Talk with Nico. Parehas pa rin ang sigaw ng mga tao, mga Filipinos. Dito sa Sabah is Malaysia. Dito po sa Malaysia, dyan po sa Pilipinas. At saka mga Filipino sa iba-ibang parte ng mundo, especially ang mga overseas Filipino workers. Ang sigaw natin, dapat may makulong. Ito po sa corruption scandal dyan po sa Pilipinas. We are not going to stop what we are doing now, ang demonstration left and right po, kung we will not see those who are involved, those who participated dyan po sa problema natin ng graft and corruption. Itong problema natin, ang flash control projects natin, no? Flash control projects natin sa Pilipinas involving billions if not trillions of money, taxpayers money po. If we won't see people behind bars, then malaking problema ang administrasyon natin or administrasyon ni Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. or BBM. So everybody is trying to do everything. Ang sabihin natin, ang Independent Commission for Infrastructure, which was established by no less than our President, si President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos. Parehas ito po, no? Itong ICI, parehas din ito po sa ibang nation. For example, dyan po sa Singapore, mayroon din silang Independent Commission, no? Independent Commission po, looking after itong mga scandalous activities. But the difference is that ang ICI, dyan po sa Singapore and other countries po, mayroon silang power to file cases against itong mga questionable individuals, questionable companies, owners, and those who are involved in sa mga scandalous projects po, corruption projects ng nation nila. Dito sa Pilipinas, investigate lang tayo po, no? And they are going to recommend whatever the findings of the ICI, they will recommend it to the ombudsman, and then dyan po sa Sandigan Bayan, sa korte, para filing of cases. Kulang po. Walang ngipin ang ICI natin. Kaya nga, karamihan ng mga tao is calling for the President who established or created itong International Commission for Infrastructures po, no? To give power sa ICI. But unfortunately, until now po, wala tayong news regarding itong, wala nga sila maski contempt power, no? Ibig sabihin, if they're going to invite itong mga resource person, mga witnesses, or questionable individuals, if they will not, if they will ignore itong mga invitation, then, there's nothing that ang ICI can do. Kasi wala silang contempt power, no? Wala silang contempt power. They can subpoena, but walang contempt power. So, ano ito? ICI. A lot of Filipinos, maraming mga Filipinos po, dito din sa Malaysia, particularly dito po sa Sabah, ang sigaw namin po, no? Hindi lang yon sabihin natin na ikulong, ibalik, ipakita. Justice, accountability, restitution, and itong transparency po. No? But we also want that itong investigation po, ang ICI, dapat may power din sila po. But anyway, tingnan natin po as things are moving. They are conducting itong investigation, ongoing ito hanggang ngayon. And according to the latest developments, mga kababayan ko dito sa Sabah, mga Filipinas po, dito sa Nick Talk, The Real Talk with Nico, you'll be able to know, bigyan namin or I will give you ang mga latest updates sa tungkol what is happening sa Pilipinas. I might not be able to give you the breaking news, but definitely you will get the news. Kagaya itong issue natin for today. Today is already October 13, no? Monday na Monday. And ito po, these are the news that I want to pass sa mga kababayan ko dito sa Sabah, particularly sa Kota Kinabalu and Malaysia in general. Ito po, first topic that we are going to touch is about ICI. ICI. This morning, mayroon press conference carried out by ICI, by ICI members, especially dalawang tao from ICI. One is the spokesperson of ICI, International or Independent Commission for Infrastructure, si Attorney Brian Hosaka, and accompanied him was the newly appointed special advisor who replaced si Mayor ng Baguio, si Mayor Benjamin Magalong, who resigned earlier. Now, I am referring to no other than Police General Rodolfo Azurin. So, mayroon silang press conference kanina, and before giving any comments regarding ang mga statements nila po, before giving any opinion natin po or comments po, let's listen first itong video clip that I have recorded para sa inyong lahat. At least you will know ang anong mga puntos ni General Rodolfo Azurin and si Attorney Brian Hosaka tungkol sa ICI. Nandito po. Let's share with you itong video clip, and then later on I'll be giving you mga iba-iba pang mga balita, mga balita tungkol sa ICI and other issues regarding what is happening dyan sa Pilipinas. In the meantime, let's watch and listen to this video. Ang cue natin is 341. Asan na yung 341, Sandali. Ang 341, nandito po. Nandito, 341. Let's watch and listen to this video clip. Ang press conference ni General Azurin and Attorney Hosaka regarding ang mga latest updates, mga announcement nila para sa mga Filipinos po, the things that they have been doing as the investigative body looking after or investigating itong flood control projects dyan po sa Pilipinas involving billions, if not trillions of taxpayers' money. And dahil itong scandal, galit na galit talaga ang mga Filipinos hanggang ngayon. And what we want to see is people sent behind bars. Dapat may makulong sa kanila. Hindi pwede po wala, And when we talk about the behind bars, itong mga tao po, we mean itong mga big fish. Now, we are not really after ang mga small fish po. Ang mga small fish po, siguro ang mga government agencies na lang. But itong ICI should focus talaga, dapat focus sila po on trying to get the big fish. Sino ba yung mga big fish po? Nandiyan na po, mention. Mention ang mga allegations kay former Congressman Saldico, ang former Speaker of the House, si Representative Martin Romualdez. Names mentioned the mga senators like Chis Escudero, Jinggoy Estrada, Joel Villanueva, and sino-sino pa yun po. Sino-sino pa yun po. So what we want to see, ang mga big fish, mga big fish, hindi lang ang mga small fish po, mga small fish. Because we also want to know kung sino talaga ang mastermind. Is it mastermind or masterminds with S? Hanggang ngayon, blurred pa tayo po. But we know very well, ang mga tao, mga Filipino, we know very well that there must be a mastermind. a mastermind. Dito po sa scandal. Dito po sa scandal. Anyway, let's watch and listen to this video clip muna po.
So, everyone, isang maganda at mapagpalang umaga sa inyo lahat. My fellow men, the creation of the Independent Commission for Infrastructure by His Excellency President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. marks a historic step towards accountability and genuine reform. This commission has been tasked to investigate, prosecute, and bring to justice all those responsible for corruption and malpractice in infrastructure projects. Projects that should have protected our people but instead have caused repeated sufferings during natural calamities. Every year, countless Filipinos endure the consequences of substandard and fraudulent public works, roads, bridges, and flood control systems that fail when we need them most. The ICI was established to end the cycle of negligence and betrayal. The President's directive, reinforced by the memorandum of the Office of the Executive Secretary dated September 29, 2025, calling on all department secretaries, bureau heads, and agency leaders to fully assist the ICI is a clear testament to the sincerity and determination of this administration to build a better Philippines, a bagong Pilipinas founded on transparency, integrity, and justice. This is a defining moment in our nation's history. The Philippine National Police, the Armed Forces of the Philippines, and the National Bureau of Investigation are now being called upon to take an active role in uncovering the truth behind the anomalous flood control and infrastructure projects under the DPWH. Projects that have long overburdened our people with grief, loss, and despair. Across the country, voices from all sectors are rising. Citizens, workers, professionals, and youth alike, urging our military and police to join this crusade against corruption. Their call is valid, and their cause is just. Yet, we must remember, real change cannot be achieved through division, chaos, or violence. We have seen in our history that revolutions in the streets may trample governments, but they do not always heal a nation. Today, we are called not to fight one another, but to stand together, not through protest or rallies, but through truth, unity, and justice. Let us expose corruption, not with anger, but with justice. Let us work hand in hand to bring the guilty to account and to finally end the suffering of our people. Let this be our rallying cry. This time, we do it right. For our country, for our children, for a truly better Philippines. Magandang umaga po sa inyo lahat.
Okay, yun po ang special advisor ng ICI, si General Rodolfo Azurin. No? Azurin po. He is the one who replaced si Baguio Mayor Benjamin Mangalong. So maganda po. This time, we hope that it will be right. No? Let us tackle this problem, solve this problem po once and for all for the benefit, for the betterment of all Filipinos po. No? Sana. Ang problema lang dyan po, a lot of Filipinos, they are not happy and they have been shouting that this investigation carried out by ICI, no? Independent Commission for Infrastructure po, should be open to the public. Should be open to the public. But as of today, it seems that the commission, the members of the commission, is not favoring that kind of suggestion to open it up to the public, ang mga hearings po. But not all opposing, and not all the members are opposing there are some members who are saying, pwede naman siguro, sa executive session na lang yun, mga things that, sabihin natin, may confidentiality po ang revelation nila po, and if it might affect ang national security, then gawin na lang yung hearing sa, sabihin natin, executive session. But those general informations, no? Those general informations during the hearing, no? Na siguro they can open it up to the public, ang media po, so that everybody will see. Why the Filipinos wants that this must be a public hearing, because whether we like it or not, whether the government will accept it or not po, no? Ang trust ng mga tao, mga Filipinos sa gobyerno ngayon po, malaking question mark na. Malaking question mark na. Dahil, ito na po, after how many years we trusted the government, no? Sa bandang uli, we found out that we have been cheated. We have been cheated. Kaya nga, the trust, you cannot blame the public for na-deplete na talaga ang trust sa sistema ng gobyerno natin. Yan po. Yan po. No? That is the real thing. But anyway, okay, before going any further, let me give you another video clip. No? Brief lang ito po. Same thing. Ang statement coming from General Azurin. Nandito po. Kay General Azurin pa rin. Ito po. Let's listen to this.
As I mentioned before, there's no contempt powers for the ICI. So the process there is pupunta kami sa court. And if you do, sir, will that trigger an arrest warrant? Yes. If the court does grant the petition or the application. So if it doesn't show up tomorrow, sir, by Wednesday you will have to proceed? Yes, I will consult with our legal team right now.
Okay, sorry, hindi pala yun kay General Azurin. That was Attorney Brian Hosaka, no? When he was asked about regarding kay former Congressman Saldico, no? Saldico. So sabi niya, if he will not attend or he will ignore the invitation extended to him to attend the hearing, dyan sa ICI, then the ICI has have no choice but to subpoena him. And if he continues to defy, then another action will be taken. To the extent baka they are going to issue already an arrest warrant kay former Congressman Saldico, because he is also playing a very vital role po dyan sa problema, dyan sa problema ng corruption sa flood control projects. Okay. Now, saan pa tayo dito, Okay. Let me share with you another video clip. Another video clip. Kanina ba ito? Si Attorney Brian Hosaka. He was explaining about, hindi nyo ba alam, how many projects we have since, anong year yan, since 2018 yata hanggang 2024 or 2025. We have a total of 200, 2016 to 2025. We have a total of 238,200 infrastructure projects nationwide. Ibig sabihin, throughout the country, we have a total of 238,200. So, ilan yan po, mga ghost project? Ilan yan mga sabihin natin substandard projects po? We will know this thing as the investigation goes on. No? From time to time, it was assured by the ICI that they are going to brief us, no? Give us the latest information about their findings po sa investigation. So in the meantime, let's listen first kay Attorney Brian Hosaka. Hosaka po, regarding itong projects. Total projects nationwide is 238,200 projects. Projects po. Let's listen and watch first to this, and then later on, I will try to comment something and add some more details po or further explain to you po kung ano itong mga proyekto po, kasi may konting detalles din tayo dito, and I'm going to share it with you, ang mga followers ko dito po sa Nick Talk, Real Talk with Nico. In the meantime, let's watch and see itong statement ni Attorney Brian Hosaka, who is the spokesperson of the ICI.
Kailangan imbestigahan ano yung nakikita namin so far and how challenging the task will be. But despite that, we are determined to comply or to deliver our mandate. So, last week, we had a meeting with the DPWH, headed by Secretary Dizon, and he shared with us data and information. So, in the first slide, makikita po ninyo dyan na based sa data na nag-gather ng DPWH, ng DILG, ng PNP, ng DND, ng ANP, and also from the DepDep. Ang universe po, meaning ang lahat po ng infrastructure project na tinitignan po natin from 2016 to 2025, nasa 238,200 projects. Ngayon, titignan po natin that in particular, yung flood control projects. Kung makikita po ninyo dyan sa graph na yan, 1.5% yan ay flood control. This translates to almost 30,000 flood control projects. Hindi pa po dito kasama yung sinasabi po ni Secretary Tails na yung convergence. Dahil dito po ay may mga flood control projects rin po na nakatago na sa ngayon po ay sinasana po namin kung ilan pa po yung madadagdag dyan. So but basically, titignan po muna natin kung ano po ba itong flood control projects na to on paper. We're looking at 29,800 flood control projects. Ganyan po marami yan. Almost 30,000. So,
alright, yun po, no? Okay, let me give you more details regarding itong statement ni Attorney Brian Hosaka. Okay, as he mentioned, no, sa video clip, sabi niya, from 2016 hanggang 2025, this year, 2016 hanggang this year, we have a total of 238,200 infrastructure projects nationwide, no, throughout the country. And of the 238,200 projects, some 12.5% belongs to flood control projects. So, ibig sabihin, if we are talking about 12.5%, ibig sabihin yan po, sa flood control projects alone, mayroon na tayo nationwide ito, 29,800 projects nationwide. 29,800 projects. Almost 30,000 projects. And out of the 29,800 projects, they are only started looking into something like 8,500 flood control projects pa lang po. Kasi bago pa lang itong ICI. And out of the 8,000 projects they are investigating po, or they will be investigating, initial pa lang findings nila, mayroon 421 suspected ghost projects. Suspected ghost projects po. These are ghost projects. And the way si Secretary Dizon was saying during his press conference po, these are most likely, confirm po, no? These are ghost projects. Ibig sabihin, bayad na, pero wala talaga ang proyekto. Sa papel lang yan po ang proyekto. And it involves billions of money. Billions of money. Okay, other projects, other projects out of the 238,200 projects nationwide. Mayroon tayo sa school buildings alone, there is a total of 11.7%. Out of the 238,000, there are 11.7%. In other words, projects, school building projects, and mayroon tayo a total of 27,900 nationwide. Hindi pa ito nag-investiga, because ICI together with the Department of Public Works and Highways, focus lang sila muna po sa flush control project. Flush control projects pa lang po. And as what I said, 8,000 out of the 8,000 that they're going to focus in the meantime, mayroon na 421 identified as ghost project. 8,000 lang yun po, but long way to go, because the total number of projects sa flush control projects sa Pilipinas is 29,800, and so far 8,000 pa lang po they are looking into it. In other words, mayroon pa 29,000 po that these investigators will be looking into. So when we talk about school buildings, we have 27,900. Hindi pa ito nag-umpisa ang investigation. But definitely, mayroon yon. Mayroon din yun kalukuhan. Yon ang suspect ng ICI. And when we talk about bridges, nationwide din po. Nationwide bridges, ilan percent? Ang percentage po is 5.9% out of the 238,200. Ibig sabihin, a total of 14,000 bridge projects sa Pilipinas po from 2016 hanggang 2025. Alright? Now, hospitals po. ICI also revealed that ilan percentage po out of the 238,200. Okay, 0.7% project. In other words, nationwide, mayroon tayo 1,700 hospital projects. Never been touched pa po. Never been touched pa, Hindi pa sila, they're not investigating it yet. And roads. Let's talk about roads. Nationwide. Ilang percentage po? Ang percentage ng mga road projects natin sa Pilipinas is 37.8%. 37.8%. Ibig sabihin, out of the 238,200 projects, infrastructure projects sa Pilipinas, mayroon tayo road projects of 90,000 projects. 90,000 projects. You just imagine that. And hindi pa rin natin alam kung ilan ang ghost dyan, ilan ang substandard projects po, and how much losses nawala sa atin, sa Pilipinas. Okay. Let's go back sa flood control projects dahil ito ang focus ngayon ng ICI. According to ICI, they revealed that during the press conference sa Luzon lang mismo, Luzon, we are talking about Luzon area. Sa Luzon area mismo po, sa 421 ghost projects, they discovered in Luzon alone, confirm, mayroon 261 ghost projects from 2018 to 2024. Luzon alone is 261 ghost projects. Sa Visayas, mayroon a total of 109 ghost projects. And sa Mindanao, na-identify na po, we have a total of 51 ghost projects. Total is 421. 21 po. Pero malayo pa itong investigation. As what I said, malayo pa ito dahil we are looking at 29,800. And so far, 8,000 lang po. They are investigating. And out of the 8,000, 421 identified na po ghost projects. So, yun. This is how serious ang problema natin dyan sa Pilipinas. And you just think about it, no? Imagine na lang kayo po how much money lost. No wonder itong mga senador natin, names of senators, names of congressmen mentioned in the hearing, both dyan po sa ICI saka sa ongoing hearing. I don't know if we are going to or they are going to continue itong hearing ng Senado, ang Blue Ribbon Committee, kasi may problema sila ngayon po. I don't know kung matuloy ba ito po, but itong malaking problema po, malaking problema. And we are not only talking about maliit na isda dito po, no? Buaya na po. Sino-sino yung mga buaya? In fact, if you remember, during the privilege speech of Senator Ping Lacson, before he became the Blue Ribbon chairman ng Senado, he mentioned about 67 congressmen most likely involved dito po sa scandal. But he never mentioned names po. Hanggang nag-step down na lang siya po. Hanggang ngayon, we don't know whether the Blue Ribbon Committee will continue or not. Let's see po. Because ang Blue Ribbon Committee, as of today, wala pa tayong scheduled hearing, next hearing. And nobody wants to take the position of Blue Ribbon Committee Chairman po. In fact, the Blue Ribbon Committee Chairman sa Senado, yun talaga po, yun talaga ang mabigat na committee, no? Mabigat na committee po. Mabigat itong committee. But sad to say, at the moment, out of the 5 senators mentioned, no, most likely to be picked to be the chairman of the Blue Ribbon Committee after the seat had been vacated by Senator Ping Lacson. 3 na po, senador, turned down or asked the names to be delisted. Sino-sino yan po? Si Senator Kiko Pangilinan, si Senator Bam Aquino, at saka si Senator Bam Aquino, Senator JC Ejercito. And left, 2 na lang po. Si Senator Rizal Tuberos at saka si Senator Pia Cayetano. Senator Pia Cayetano, sabi niya po during the break, he will think it over. Although he was once the chairman of this committee, but sabi niya busy din siya sa mga ibang committee niya po, no? But he will think it over po. But kung pwede lang, kung mayroon pa iba, sabi niya, just give it to the others. No? Now, as the Deputy Chairman of the Blue Ribbon Committee, si Neophyte Senator Erwin Tulfo, automatic po. Kung nag-vacate na ang chairman ng committee, automatic. In the meantime, ang acting dyan po si Neophyte Senator Erwin Tulfo. But siya din po nagsabi, sabi niya, wala na siyang choice kasi siya ang deputy chairman. But kung sakali mayroon na-identify ang Senate President sa mga senadors, mga colleagues na po, to chair the committee, he's more than willing to immediately vacate. More than willing to immediately vacate. No? So let's see po. Let's see what will happen by next month. Next month pa eh. Let's see. After ang recess nila. After ang All Souls Day and All Saints Day holidays. Let us see po. Tingnan natin what will happen. Ang Nick-Talk, the Real Talk will Nico, I will make sure that you will be properly updated when it comes to this issue. Alright? So, tuloy. Yun ang latest natin po. And this time around, let's go to saan ito ha? Sandali. Hold on. Sandali. Let me share with you itong saan ito po? Sandali ha? Balita, mayroon tayo and I got it from Philstar. Legit mainstream media dyan sa Pilipinas. And the heading of this story goes this way. ICI eyes 15 to 20 cases in 4 weeks over 421 ghost flood projects. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, ang ICI is looking at filing cases, 15 to 20 cases po in 4 weeks. In 4 weeks po. Cases against itong mga parties involved sa investigation or sa flood control scandal. Nandito po, I will read you a portion of this news. The Independent Commission for Infrastructure or ICI aims to file 15 to 20 cases within 4 weeks against individuals linked to the 421 suspected ghost flood control projects uncovered in the government's early assessment. Newly sworn in as a special advisor to ICI, former Philippine National Police Chief Rodolfo Azurin Jr. said the ICI tasked to probe large-scale irregularities in public spending is operating on a 4-week plan. He said the timeline begins with the validation of 421 flood control projects that the multiple government agencies have reported in their respective audits, including Department of Public Works and Highway. By the second week, ICI will start building cases. By the fourth week, the ICI should file 15 to 20 cases at the Ombudsman. It's a good news po. But to see is to believe. Between now until the third to fourth week, we are looking to file at least 15 cases, as Azurin said in a mixed English and Filipino at a live stream press conference right after his oath-taking ceremony. Yan po, 15 to 20 cases will be filed against these individuals involved in the scandal. 4 weeks po, let's see po, 4 weeks. 4 weeks. Kasi yun po ang sigaw ng mga tao. We want warrant of arrest will be issued, released to these individuals. File cases against them, and as soon as possible, put them behind bars. And not only that, Filipinos are also shouting yung restitution po. Frozen lahat ang mga properties nila po. Ha? Sequestered para makukuha ulit ang gobyerno ang stolen money ng mga taxpayers. Po. Maganda sana po if this will come true. Ha? If this will come true po. Kung hindi, palagay ko po, tuloy-tuloy po ang demonstration. Ha? Tuloy-tuloy po ang demonstration po. In fact, now, almost every day na po, no? The other day, every Friday lang. Ngayon, almost every day. And bago lang po, no? Let us not forget, bago lang po. Last night, busy-busy ang mga police natin. More than 200 police personnel were kept busy, no? Dahil ang mga supporters ni Congressman Kiko Barsaga, they went out for a rally. Nag-umpisa dyan po sa Manila, and then they went to Makati sa Forbes Park, no? And they carried out the rally hanggang early in the morning. No? And according to Congressman Barzaga, that he will do it every day. Ang grupo nila will do it every day. And there will be also, sabihin natin, expected rally to be held, no? By end of November, and this will be a big one, no? A big one, kagaya yun po last September 21 during the anniversary of martial law, no? There will be another rally po, and let's see what will happen. Sana lang po ang gobyerno will do something, show to the public that they are listening to the voices of the masses, no? Para hindi na ma-aggravate ang anger ng mga tao. At least they can see that the government is doing something. At least we can see that people are on the way to the jail. No? Kasi tagal na po. Hanggang ngayon, salita ng salita lang ang gobyerno. But we don't see. Even ang kaya ang passport ni Saldico, Mr. Saldico, sana na-cancel na yan po ang passport niya. Bakit hanggang ngayon po hindi pa na-cancel ang passport niya? He is abroad. So it means if his passport is not canceled, he can still move kasi Philippine passport is still valid. But once you cancel it, kagaya what you did to former Congressman Teves, madali na po to identify him and force him to return back to the Philippines. Bakit kaya? And we were also made to understand, dahil holiday na po ang Kongreso, ang Kamara, today is the last day of session. After that, they are on break. Ang mga senators din po, wala na. Break na sila po. And we were made to understand, mayroon din mga haka-haka, I don't know if it's true or not, na mga senators, some of them are even already left the country for holiday. Nasana lang yung po those mga senators na mentioned sa what is this? Sa investigation po, no? Sana if they leave the country, babalik sila po. Or kung pwede lang, huwag na sila mag-alis. At they show to the public that you are really innocent and you're willing to face ang mga allegations. If you are not guilty. No? If you are not guilty. Yun nga, I received a message from a friend of mine dito sa Kota Kinabalu. Sabi niya, Sir Nick, totoo ba yun? Si Representative Martin Romualdez is leaving the country for holiday? Sabi ko, I don't know. I really don't know po. No? Sana lang po, wag. No? Mr. Congressman Martin Romualdez, please don't. Kasi mas lalo lang maduda ng mga tao sa iyo. No? So if you think you are clean, then come out clean. face the allegations. Attend the hearing. Sana lang itong hearing po, si Congressman Martin Romualdez will be attending. Sana lang po ang ICI will seriously consider of doing it, an open hearing. Kasi yun ang gusto ng mga tao po. Maybe not everybody, all the resource person nila po will be, sabihin natin, open ang hearing nila. But for example, kagaya ni Saldico, kagaya ni Martin Romualdez, and other congressmen po, no? Ito ang gusto namin. This is what we want to see. This is really what we want to see. May right din tayo po, mga taxpayers, ang publiko po, the public, the people, we have the right to know. Right for information po. Na kayo nang bahala. So, that's it. That's it po. So, okay, talking about the ICI. Now, mayroon tayo dito isang video clip. I want to share with you also po. And I will be sharing this video clip sa inyo po. And this time around, ang subject ng video clip ko po, no? Video clip ko po is si former secretary ito, no, ng Department of Public Works and Highways, and now a member of the ICI. And I'm referring to Rodolfo Babes Singson. Very respectable person. Very respectable person po. So let's listen to a portion of his interview when he was interviewed by another respectable broadcaster, lady broadcaster, si Karen Davila, no? Karen Davila. Let's watch and listen to this video clip. Hold on, Sandali, sana yun. Okay. Let's listen to this.
Integrated master plan for Metro Manila. So follow the master plan. There are well-meaning projects with sufficient justification that determine the right project and bid it out properly and bantayan yung quality. Again, I go back to the 3 R's of good governance.
What would you want to tell the Filipino people about the ICI?
Give us a chance to do our job. We know what we have to do. We are committed. All 3 of us are committed to the truth, and whoever was involved should be answerable for their actions. Because admittedly, there may be some unknowing victims, no? Si Mayor Benji Magalong, yung kontratista niya doon.
Oo, sa tennis court.
Kontratista niya doon. Hindi naman ako naniniwala na SOP siya dyan. Diba? So there are unwilling, unknowing victims. So, I'm appealing to the public, no? Especially to the young. Get involved.
Alright. Yan po. Yan po. Si former secretary ng Department of Public Works and Highways, si Rodolfo. Rodolfo Babes Singson. And he's appealing, he's calling the youth to get involved. Because, sabi niya po, you have to get involved because this is about your future. And we just cannot close our eyes with all this, mess that these politicians created. He is one person, member of the ICI, who said, dapat may makulong. Hindi pwede wala. And when he said, dapat may makulong, he means that the big fish, hindi ang maliit. No? Yun po ang advokasya ni former secretary ng Department of Public Works and Highways, Rogelio Babes Singson. which I totally agree po. He's a man with principle, no? Maganda po ang record niya. Maganda ang record niya. And he is the one who is also calling, as what I said, he's calling the youth to come out and participate dahil buhay ang taya ng mga youth natin. They are the future leaders of our country. If they will just keep quiet now, what will happen tomorrow? What will happen to their future? Kaya grabe, sabi niya, grabe itong ginawa ang mga tao involved sa scandal. We are not only talking about small amount here. We are not only talking about money, but we are talking about trust to the government, credibility. We are talking about justice. We are talking about transparency. We are talking about accountability. Hindi lang pera po. Although pera plays a very big role dahil maraming mahirap sa Pilipinas. Yet, ang mga Filipino taxpayers became victims of this greedy individuals. Be it politician, a senator, a congressman, government top officials, contractors po. Dapat kayong lahat nakulong. Diyan po ang sigaw ng mga Pilipino. I hope our president is also listening. Listening to us, ang mga bosses ng masa. Okay. Finally, before I end up, mayroon tayong rally kagabi po, no? Kagabi, dyan sa Maynila. And I want to share with you a portion of it lang po, no? A portion of it. Si Congressman Kiko Barzaga, the congressman that says, meow! Si Kong Meow. Some people, they say that he's crazy. But if you look at him when he talks, my sense po, the problem is, nabigla sila, mga kontra kay Kiko or Congressman na Kiko Barzaga because they're not used to it. Sabi niya, this is not the way congressmen act. No? But if you look at him po, may mga puntos po. And he's so brave even to mention ang mga forbidden names po. Because he is one leader, a very young youth leader na who is fighting for corruption. He even called Marcos to step down. He even went sa mga bahay ng mga mayaman dyan sa Pilipinas just to show to them that him and the Filipinos are not happy with what is happening sa bayan natin. Alright? Okay. Nandito po, let me share with you itong brief statement ni Congressman Barzaga. Sana yun? Bakit daw po, pumunta siya sa Forbes Park, yan po sa Makati, last night. Hold on, Hold on. Okay.
And the people imprisoned. Walang maintindihan. Bakit nasa? Kasi dito yung mga magnanakaw, ito yung na-implicate na bahay ni Romualdez, ni Zaldico. So, ito yung mismo din target namin. Ayaw naman namin magkaya sa Antipal na susunogin yung parliamentary building because that will just end up causing more chaos in our government. Gusto lang namin, ang target lang namin yung mga magnanakaw, no one else, not the businessmen, not the good government officials. We just want our money back and the people imprisoned.
Alright, narinig niyo po? Okay, I will replay it again, Replay it again. Bakit daw napunta siya dyan po sa mga bahay ng mga politicians mayaman wherein it was reported na mga pera they stole from us, nag-deliver sa mga bahay nila po. Nandito. Let's watch again. Listen carefully po.
Money back. Imprisoned. Walang maintindihan. Teka, bakit nasa? Kasi dito yung mga magnanakaw, ito yung na-implicate na bahay ni Romualdez, ni Zaldico. So, ito yung mismo din target namin. Ayaw naman namin magkaya sa Nepal na susunogin yung parliamentary building because that will just end up causing more chaos in our government. Ang gusto lang namin, ang target lang namin yung mga magnanakaw, no one else, not the businessmen, not the good government officials. We just want our money back and the people imprisoned.
Alright, klarong-klaro po, no? Statement ni Congressman Kiko Barzaga. Okay, before he left ang area last night or early this morning po, what did he also thank ang mga police? And he apologized for the inconvenience, no? Created by him and the group last night until early this morning. Let's listen to his explanation or his apology. Nandito po. Hold on, ha? Nandito po.
Well, sorry sa taking over time nyo, but we also have to show the people's anger towards corruption, okay? Have a great night. I'm going pa kayo papuwi ng mga tao doon, ng mga superiors, but I wish you all the best. I wish you all have a good night tonight. Sorry talaga sa overtime, but we really have to protest against corruption. Di yan talaga kaya ng taong bayan ang nangyayari ngayon sa bansa natin. Okay? Pero I just want you to know I hold no personal anger against our police force and our military. You're all just doing your job, and at the same time, I'm also just doing my job. Okay? Thank you, sir. Thank you. God bless. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Alright, yun po. Nakita natin po si Congressman Kiko Barzaga. Tuloy-tuloy daw po. Sabi niya, tuloy-tuloy pa rin ang gatherings niya po, ang demo niya po. Every day he will do that. But I will not announce ang exact time ng gatherings nila po. But he will do it every night. Every night po. Every day, every night po. So, yon ang latest. So, just make it. Wala naman problema siguro po if you do this demo. I don't know, when it comes to permits, I don't know paano magawa dyan po, no? Dapat pa ba may permit o hindi? For as long as it is a peaceful one. Sabi ni Kong Kiko, sabi niya, he assured that it will be a peaceful one. He will not allow other people to mess around sa advokasya niya against graft and corruption. No? Graft and corruptions. Yon talaga. No? He will do that and until matapos itong problema. He's even calling Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr., ang presidente ng Pilipinas, to step down because he believes the president is aware of what is happening sa corruption. Is aware of what these people are doing po. No? Sa Department of Public Works and Highway, sa contractors po. In fact, he himself also, si Congressman Kiko Barzaga is saying, why don't you also, itong ICI, go and investigate doon po sa area ng mga Marcoses sa Ilocos. Kasi dyan din po mga projects di Diskaya. Mayroon din mga projects. And also even dyan sa Davao kasi nandoon yung mga Duterte. But according to ICI, a member, si former secretary ng Department of Public Works and Highway, si Babe Singson, sabi na po, 100% the team will be investigating also po or will cover that area in Ilocos at saka sa Davao. Nobody is exempted, sabi niya. Because we are talking about 238,200 projects po, infrastructure projects nationwide. And it will take a long time po. No? It will take a long time. Sana po, while you are doing investigation, tuloy-tuloy din ang filing of cases. Ang problema lang po, ang ICI, they cannot file cases. They have to pass their findings, recommendations sa ombudsman. And then from ombudsman, they will work together with NBI or whoever government agencies papunta sa Sandigan Bayan. No? So it will take a long time. Pero sana lang po, habang you're doing these things po, we will already see, ang mga Filipinos, we will already see people behind bars. People behind bars. So siguro po, dito na lang muna ang Nick Talk, Daily Talk with Nico. And of course, I will continue to monitor whatever mga updates dyan sa Pilipinas, and I will make sure that kayo, mga kababayan ko dito po sa Malaysia, dito po sa Sabah, particularly dito po sa Kota Kinabalu City and nearby areas, you will be properly informed. In the meantime, ingat lang tayong lahat. Let's pray for peace in the Philippines, peace in Malaysia, peace in Sabah, and peace sa mundo natin. God bless us all, and I'll see you in my next episode. Bye.